So Java C. Okay. It's executed. See, giving command line means after you type Java space nested try, that is class name. So immediately after this, if you type something, that becomes the command line arguments. So for example, if I type like 11, 12, or else a Java program, in this way also you can type just anything. You have to provide spaces in between the values, either string or floating point values or integer values, anything. Now three arguments are there. Now we will see what error we will get it. Could not find or load main class. Just a minute, some error we are getting. Dot Java. You see, a is equals to 2. See, in the program only I have made it as a is equals to 2. Now I can comment that line. A is equal to 2. Command line arguments means like immediately when you type the command Java class name nested try, after class name only how to start typing something. Okay, that is nothing but command line arguments. Now if I don't type anything, that is after class name, immediately when you type the class name, that is Java nested try, if you press the enter key, that means no commands, no command line arguments. No command line arguments means a value will be 0. Now you see a value is 0. A value, if it is more than 0, indicates that we have typed some command line arguments. If a value is 0 means there is no command line arguments. Argument length is 0. So if argument length is 0, we'll get error. Division by 0, java.lang.arithmetic exception divided by 0. Now if I give one command at least, say for example if I say some number 50, so it is treated as one command. One command means argument's length will be 1. If argument's length is 1 means a value will be 1. So if a value is 1, so it will come inside the try block. So there also exception is generated. So as we know, you just say a equal to 1 division by 0 java.lang.arithmetic exception divided by 0. If I give command line arguments 2, 15, 25, 2 values are given. So a value will be 2 now. So if a value is 2, we will not get division by 0 error. So you will get array index out of bounds exception, you just see. So these are the three outputs. So if a equal to 0 and if a equal to 1, we are getting arithmetic exception. If a equal to 2, that means if you are giving two command line arguments, we are getting array index out of bounds exception. Okay. So even we will try to execute in NetBeans also. So that it will be very much clear. So nested try. Okay. So in NetBeans, how we have to do is like we have to assume a value 1, 2, and 0. Okay. Now let me consider like a value as okay. Just assuming a is equals to 0. Okay. 0 will this as comment. Like this we will do it. Okay. So a equal to 0, a is equals to 1, a is equals to 2. Three cases we will see. Now a equal to 0. A equal to 0 means 42 by 0. So we'll get division by 0 error. So we'll try to execute now. So it's executing, program is executing. So here, division by 0, java.lang.arithmetic exception, division by 0. Okay. Then next case, we will comment this a is equals to 0 and we will uncomment a equal to 1. So now a value will be 1. So if a value is 1, then this line will execute perfectly. It will come inside the try block. If a is equals to 1, this is true. So at this line, we will get division by 0 error. So we will again we'll get the same message, division by 0 error. We'll test that. Okay. See, a equal to 1, division by 0 error we are getting. Okay. Now what we do, we will make it a equal to 2. We have to comment a equal to 1, then uncomment a equal to 2. Okay. So if a equals to 2, first 2 errors will not get it. That means will not get division by 0 error. We will get this error. That is, if a equal to 2, this condition is true. So program control will come inside this block. So this will be executed. So we'll get array index out of bounds exception. So we'll just try. See, array index out of bounds exception. I hope you people got it. So if you have any doubts related to this program, you can ask. So in the above program, so there are some explanations here. So whatever we have discussed, same explanations are present. The above program nests means one try block within another. The program works as follows. When we execute the program with no command line arguments, a divide by 0 exception is generated by the outer try block. Okay, so divide by 0 error. That means when a is equals to 0. Execution of the program with one command line argument generates a divide by 0 exception from within inside a try block. See, in two cases also we are getting division by 0 error only, but the difference is if a is equals to 0, that means if no command line arguments, division by 0 exception is caused in the outer try block. So that is the difference here. If a equal to 0, division by 0 error is caused in the outer try block. But if a equal to 1, division by 0 error is caused by nested try block. So that we have to notice the difference. You just see diagram. If a equal to 0 in the outer try block, we are getting error. If a equal to 1 in inner try block, we are getting error. So that is the difference. Both errors are same only, but the difference is outer try block, inner try block. Since the inner block doesn't catch this exception, it is passed on to the outer try block where it is handled. See, this is very important. Since the inner block doesn't catch this handle, because for in the inner try block, I have written the catch statement. We have written the catch statement where we have taken array index out of bounds exception, not arithmetic exception. So it will not handle. So that exception and exception type are not matching. So only the program control will go to the outer try block. That means outer catch block. Okay. If we execute the program with two command line arguments, see, you just see. If we execute the program with the two command line arguments. Sorry. An array boundary exception is generated from within the inner try block. Okay, that we have saw. So these are the output. So run 1 means when we execute for the first time. Run 2 is execution for the second time. Run 3 is when we execute for the third time. Okay. So when we execute the program in command line argument, that means in command prompt, we have to execute like this. That is CL. Program name is nested try or nested try, whatever it is. Okay. So whatever the class name you give, that you have to mention here, Java nest, right? So if you don't type anything here, that is treated as argument length is 0, so you'll get this error. And when you execute for the second time, see, after I write Java nested try, so one word or one integer value or one floating point value, one value you have to write. So indicating that one argument we are using. So in the next run, that means when you execute for the next time, two words are used. One space two. So it is treated as two arguments. Even if you use like this also, it is correct. First value if I use 11, second value if I use 12, that is also correct. So two values are taken here. So two values means two arguments. Two arguments means, so we are getting this error. Okay, this is about nested try. And one more important point is like, so when we discussed the one try catch block in the previous classes, I think some points I have left it out. So I said I will explain during nested try, and that is you just look at this paragraph. A try and its catch statement form a unit. So when we use one try and one catch, it forms one unit. Okay. The scope of the catch clause is restricted to those statements specified by the immediately preceding try statement. So this statement is very important. See, the last three statements are very important. The scope of the catch clause is restricted to those statements specified by the immediately preceding try statement. A catch statement cannot catch an exception thrown by another try statement except in the case of nested try. See, these two statements we have to concentrate in this program. Okay. The scope of the catch clause is restricted to those statements specified by the immediately preceding try statement. See, I will bring these two statements here because it's much needed in this program. In nested try, it is much needed. See, look here. The scope of the catch clause is restricted to those statements specified by the immediately preceding try statement. Preceding means, precede means before. Prefix precede means before. So when we use the catch statement, just before the catch statement, which try statement have used, that you have to see. Just before that catch statement, that is preceding try statement. Okay. Now in this case, you see, inside in nested try statement, inner try block. Okay, for inner try block, have used one catch statement. So that is called inner catch block. So this inner catch block will be referred to inner try block, and outer catch block will be referred to outer try block. That is the meaning of preceding try statement. So a catch statement can catch an exception thrown by another try statement, except in the case of nested try statement. Okay, a catch statement cannot catch an exception thrown by another try statement. That means, see, if I'm using one try statement and two catch statement, see, catch statement which is nearer to try statement, it will handle. Otherwise, it will not handle. But except in the nested try. In the nested try, that is an exception. Because in nested try, what we have done, you see this example. Actually, if you go for the second case in this diagram, right side of the diagram, if you go, error caused in the inner try block. Error is caused in the inner try block. So error is caused in the inner try block means actually catch statement which belongs to inner try block, only that catch statement should handle this. Actually, the catch statement which is present inside outer try block, it should not handle. That is the meaning of preceding try statement. Catch statement will belongs to immediate try statement. So actually, whatever the error generated in the inner try block should be handled by inner catch statement only. But in case of nested try, this is an extra rule here. Extra rule means, so whether it is related to immediate try statement or not, it will handle. So only outside try block, outside catch block is handling inner try block error. Understood? So only you see the arrow mark. From inner try block, I am pointing to the outer catch statement. So in case of nested try statement, what happens? Even though catch statement doesn't belong to the immediate try statement, it will handle. So that is the rule in nested try statement. So only they are telling a catch statement cannot catch an exception thrown by another try statement. catch statement cannot catch an exception thrown by another try statement. According to this, what is the meaning? So if you look at this example, in inner try block, one exception is there. So outer catch statement should not handle. See, according to this statement, outer catch statement should not handle because those two are not related. Outer catch statement is related to outer try block. Inner catch statement is related to inner try block. But it will handle because in bracket you see, except in the case of nested try. So that one they are giving. In the case of nested try, it can handle. But if it is not a nested try, then this statement you have to follow. A catch statement cannot catch an exception thrown by another try statement. So only whenever you use a try and catch, one unit it will form. So one try, one catch, one try, one catch. Like that, it forms one unit. But here I used true try statement, true catch statement. So inner try, inner catch, one unit. Outer try catch, outer try catch block is outer try statement and outer catch block is one unit. 2 units are there. But what happens? Inner try block error is handled by outer catch statement. So only in the nested try it is possible. They are telling. That's all. Okay. So after this we have next throw keyword. After throw we have throws keyword. Okay. Then we have finally keyword. Okay. 3 keywords are there. So after 3 keywords, one more interesting topic is like creating our exception classes. See, in Java we have, in Java class library we have exception classes, throwable, exception, error, exception type. So this diagram we have, right? So we can create our own exception classes that we will see in the how to create user defined exception classes. Okay. So in the next class we will continue. So up to this topic, if you have any doubts, you can ask.